Alright, today we're going to discuss replacing the air filter element on this 03 Ford truck with a 6-liter Powerstroke engine. Now, when do we replace this? Well, a lot of people do it just as routine maintenance. Every other oil change, or at least once a year, they're going to replace it. Sometimes, if people have a performance issue, or if the indicator on the back cover here shows that there's an issue or a restriction, people will replace it. Otherwise, Ford actually prints a spec in which you're supposed to weigh the element and compare it to the new one and determine if not. Well, this guy can't remember the last time he's had an air filter replaced, so we're going to go ahead and remove it. Now, it's pretty straightforward, but it is crammed in there a little bit. Got a couple clips here. It's very important to make sure that we get all the clips back in place. We don't want any leaks here. Any leaks might result in a turbo type damage, or dusting the turbo, or dusting the engine itself. So we want to make sure that this housing is sealed up good and tight when we're all done. Let's go ahead and pop some of these clips off here and go ahead and replace our filter element. Alright, well, we could just pull the clips off here. As you'll notice, this housing is already missing a clip. So we're going to replace this and make sure it's sealed off properly. But we've disconnected the mass airflow sensor, disconnected this from the turbo inlet, and pulled the oil dipstick out and pulled off the hose off the Dagus bottle and remove the whole housing. Just makes it a little bit easier to access. And now we can pop these clips off and separate the housing here in order to install our new filter element. There, now I've got the old one off. I'm going to take my new one and reverse the removal process, get it installed. We're going to install the new clips in here and then reinstall it back into the truck. Make sure it's all sealed up good and proper, prevent any other damage to that turbo or the internals of the engine. Alright, well, now we've got everything back together. So hopefully you can understand a little bit of our way of replacing this air filter assembly here. A couple things to keep in mind. Make sure all the clips are in place. This thing's got to be really good and tightly sealed to protect the engine. Second, make sure the arrows are pointing in the right direction there. It's really that easy. Now you understand how to replace the air filter element on a 6-liter Powerstroke diesel truck.